Today we are going to take up next in the phylum Echinodermata, which is class Ophiroidea, and as you Ophiroidea, it is also they are also known as serpent stars or brittle stars because they have a very cryptic lifestyle, and they have very thin arms. Central disc is very small, and there are very long, thin arms are there. So if we see what does it looks like. So from the aboral side, if we see, so this is the center. This is a very small central disc is there with the very small central disc is there, and there are five arms to it. The arms, they are thin and they are long as well. So there it has got very thin, these are the long arms which are there, and there are five. It is pentamerous again, having five arms which are there. So these are the five arms which are there, and the arms are, of course, right. So now, so then there are these spicules which are present on the arms. The spicules are present. The spicules are present. So this is brittle star from the aboral side. So this is the central disc. This is the disc, and these are the arms or rays which are there. So now they have a very cryptic lifestyle, so that they can hide below the stones, etc. And they move also. They are very agile. They are very agile, and uh, they are very agile, and in a way, and in this case they are very agile also. They are five armed. And the arms are they have got these five arms, and these arms they are composed of large ossicles. Arms are composed of large ossicles which are which are also known as vertebra. After the vertebrae of the animals, of the vertebrate animals, so these ossicles, they are in the form of vertebra, and one after the other in the arms. In the central disc we have this, if you see what is there in the central disc. So central disc has got these oral shields, and the oral shields are present in the central disc. The oral shields are there, and in the arms, what we have is we have these ossicles are there in the form of vertebrae, and they have got proper muscles to it, and that is why they can move also. These arms, they are responsible for the movement, and the enclosed remnants of the. So now the ambulacral groove is not present in these animals. Ambulacral groove is not present, and they lack, actually, these ophiroids, they lack ambulacral groove. They lack ambulacral groove. So now the enclosed remnants of the remnants of the ambulacral groove, they become epineural canal. The remnants of the ambulacral groove, they become canal. They become epineural canal, uh, which lies oral to the radial canal, which can lies oral to the radial nerve. the radial canal of water vascular system. So now the radial canal, which is part of the ambulacral system. So the radial canal, which runs in the arms, in between the is between the radial nerve and the vertebra in the case of arms. The tentacle, now the tube feet are there. So tube feet, which are basically which are basically responsible for the movement of the food towards the mouth. So now these tube feet, the tentacle like tube feet, they usually have usually one pair per segment. Now we are talking of the vertebrae, of the segments, which so there is one pair of these tube feet per tentacle, which is there. Sorry, per vertebra. So they are provided with a protective covering, which is known as tentacle scale, which is associated with each tube feet. So now the movable compounds, now spines are present, but the movable spines like pedicellary, they are absent. The oral surface of the disc is occupied by, as I've already told you, the oral surface of that. This is aboral surface. So this is brittle star. This is brittle star on the oral on the aboral surface, from the aboral surface. This is brittle star from the aboral surface. So now if we see this from the oral surface, so the mouth is there, and then these oral shields are there, and if we oral shields are there, so if we make the diagram, so from the oral side, so what is there is that on the oral side of this central disc, this is the central disc. On the oral side of the central disc, what we have, the mouth is there. The mouth is surrounded by these spines, which form the mouth is surrounded by spines which form the jaws. The mouth is surrounded by spines which form the jaws. So these are the jaws which are there surrounding the mouth, right? So now surrounding these teeth like structures, which are known as jaws. So what is there is that there are these oral shields of the test is there. So there are oral shields, so which are there. So in one of these close to the shields, this madreporite is there. So now this madreporite is there, and this is the madreporite which is there. This is madreporite which is there. So now surrounding this, the oral shields are there. So these are the oral shields which are there. So this is the oral shield which is there, and oral shield which is there, and this is the oral shield which is there, right? So then surrounding these we have buccal podia also, because so these are the buccal podia. So these buccal podia are there. So these buccal podia are there. These are the jaws which are there, the one in black. So these are the jaws which are there, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So these are the jaws which is there, and so the close to these teeth like structures, there are these buccal podia. These are the buccal podia which are there. So these buccal podia are there. So which help in bringing the food to the mouth. They are long and they help in bringing the food to the mouth. So now then there is these shields are there. These buccal these shields are there. So now these are buccal podia, and then we have oral shield of test. We have oral shield. We have oral shield of test which is there, and then in between what is there is that there are these bursal slits. There are these bursal slits which are there. So these bursal slits are there. So these are the bursal slits which are there. So these are the bursal slits which are there. So these are the bursal slits which are, these are the bursal slits which are there. So this is the disc in the oral view. So this is the disc in oral view, right? So now we see the disc on the oral view and the disc on the aboral view. So in the oral view, what you see is that the mouth is there, surrounded by jaw-like structures, by the jaws, surrounded by oral shield of test is there. So the at one of the places on the madreporite, madreporite is there, and then the bursal slits are there. So then the spines are also there. Along with the bursal slits, the spines are also there. So these spines are also there on the spines are also there on the disc. So these spines are also there on the disc. We were talking of the oral surface of the disc is occupied complex arrangement of oral shields. So there are oral shields which are there. Oral shield is there around the oral shield that frame the. Oh, now the mouth is directed downwards. It is on the oral. The mouth is directed downwards. It forms. There are these jaws are there, and then during movement, during movement of the animal, the disc is held. During movement of the animal, the disc is held above the substratum, while one or two arms extend forward and one or two trail behind. So these one or two arms, they are directed forward during movement, and the others they trail behind. So during movement, the disc is held above the substratum. So now one thing is that the movement is here, the movement in the case of ophiuroids. So firstly we did asteroids, in which we studied sea star. So there what is there is that it is the tube feet which accomplish locomotion. But here in the case of ophiuroids, movement is not affected by tube feet. Right? They move rather by rapid snake-like muscular jerks of the arms. So please note this thing, that they move rather by rapid snake-like muscular jerks of the arms. During locomotion, now again I am telling the same point, during locomotion, disc is held above the substrate, and the long flexible arms are well adapted. These long arms, flexible arms are well adapted for holding the objects and for swimming. And for swimming also, they are carnivorous in diet. So these animals are carnivorous in diet, and they feed on small animals. They feed on small animals. For example, crustaceans, mollusks, worms, and others, along with organic debris. There are no ambulacral grooves on the underside of the arms. So on the underside of the arms, there are no ambulacral grooves. The tube feet or podia, they are small, tentacle-like on the tube feet, they are small, and tentacle-like papillate appendages, and there is typically one pair of podia on each joint of the arm. So this was something about the general about the star, about these brittle stars. So now anus is lacking in them. So at this point, yes, I'm not very sure. So now the water vascular system. Now we take up the water vascular system in these animals. So the ophiuroids water vascular system. You know, we are talking of ophiuroids. So in the case of ophiuroids, the water vascular system is basically similar to. So now let us draw. Now let us draw the water vascular system in the case of. There is no duster, so let me get a duster. So I'll rub this now. So in the water vascular system, the ophiuroids water vascular system is similar to asteroids, except that the madreporite is positioned orally. As we saw only, the madreporite is positioned orally. So if we draw the structure of water vascular system of ophiuroids, what we have is the ring canal which is there. So let me draw it up. So this is the ring canal which is there. This is the ring canal which is there, right? So now the ring canal which is present in the central disc around the esophagus area, so around the jaws, and from this we have these radial canals in the 5 arms. So these are the radial canals in the 5 arms. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right. So now these are this is the ring water canal. So this is the ring water canal. This is the ring water canal, and these are radial water canals. Radial water canal. This is radial water canal. So then we have these water canals. They the madreporite which is present orally. Madreporite which is present orally. These madreporite which is present orally. From there, this ring canal comes and joins here the oral. This is the madreporite which is present orally. Madreporite which is present orally. From there, this stone canal is there, and so then we have Polian vesicles also here. We have these Polian vesicles here. So these are the Polian vesicles, and these are the Polian vesicles, and then there are the vessels. They go to buccal podia. So there are these buccal podia which are there. there are buccal podia which are there. So these are the tube feet which is present around the mouth area to bring the food towards the mouth. They are large and they are specially provided from the ring water canal. So this is a difference here. So these are the buccal podia which are there. This is two buccal podia. So these vessels, they are two buccal podia. And along with it, what is there is that these Polian vesicles I have written already. And so now you know this is the madreporite which is present orally. So one thing which is there is, so now let me take, this is the water vascular system. This is the water vascular system of an ophiuroid. So now you know what is there is that the ophiuroid water vascular system. So now the ophiuroid water vascular system is basically similar to asteroids. So it is basically similar to asteroids. It means the ring water canal is present orally, and from there the radial canals, they are going to the arms, and the stone canal is connecting the madreporite. And there is one difference, that one is that the madreporite is present orally rather than aborally. The oral shield that forms the usually has one pore canal. Now the oral shield that forms the madreporite usually has one pore canal which is there. So this is again a difference which is there. It has one pore canal, and the stone canal ascends from the madreporite to the ring water canal. The ring canal bears 4 Polian vesicles, I have already told you, and which runs along the vertebra. Now now I can read it again for you. The ring canal bears 4 interradial Polian vesicles which runs along the lower side of the vertebra. Vertebra means the ossicles which are present in the arms. The Polian vesicles may function as, now this is again important, the Polian vesicles may function as ampulla for the buccal tube feet. So there are tube feet which are present in the close to the mouth in the peristome area, and they may function as buccal tube feet. So now the first 2 pairs of tube feet called oral tentacles are directly connected with the ring vessel. The entire water vascular system, so now the entire water vascular system, since I have already told you that they are derived, water vascular system is derived from the coelom. So they are lined with flagellar or ciliated coelomic epithelium. So please note this. Now a radial canal gives rise to, so now radial canal here, so this is the radial canal, it gives rise to pinnately arranged lateral canals. So you know that the lateral canals arise from the they always arise from the radial canals, and they are pinnately arranged lateral canals. Each arm segment houses a pair of, so each arm segment means you know the line of vertebra which are there. So one he is considered as one segment because muscles are also there along with it, along with the vertebrae. So now each arm segment houses a pair of lateral canals and 2 tube feet which are there. So the suckerless, now here again there is a difference. The tube feet are suckerless. The tube feet are suckerless and bear adhesive papillae papilla. they bear adhesive papillae. So now in the tube feet, they are suckerless and bear adhesive papillae because their main function is not movement, but the main function here is the movement, kick the food towards the mouth. Their main function is to kick the food towards the mouth. So now the ampulla are absent. So in the tube feet again, the ampulla, they are absent. Ampulla are absent. Ampulla are absent, and perhaps due to the insufficient space in the arm. But a valve, again the valve is present between the lateral canal and the podia. But here, but the valve occurs between the tube feet and the lateral canal. The fluid between the tube feet and the lateral canal, ampulla is not there, but tube feet is there. So the valve is present between the lateral canal and the tube feet. Fluid pressure is created. So now the basic function of the ambulacral system is that the movement of the, so there is some hydraulic pressure is created. In the ambulacral system, hydraulic pressure is created for example in sea stars, for the movement of the animals. Here they assist in directing the food towards the mouth. So it's a very important system in the echinoderms. So fluid pressure is created by tube feet and localized contraction of the radial canals. Ophioid tube feet commonly make flicking movements that enable them to kick food towards the mouth or to displace sediments like in burrowing forms. So this is about the water vascular system in ophioids. Thank you. So now you can compare this system with the sea stars because you have a comparative account of the ambulacral system in your syllabi. Thank you.